What's up, guys? It's me, Pez Flips, and this is like the third time I've recorded this because I've recorded the whole video and then realized that my phone's storage was full, so then it just paused the recording, so that's cool. What you just saw there is the combo that we are going to be going over today, and it involves the use of a very particular trick referred to as the inverse cherry picker, which is a difficult trick, but something that I think is actually really huge as a fundamental trick to really step up your rollover game. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm flipping the Titanium Kraken by Squid Industries today. So first things first, we are going to be holding this on the bite handle, and we're going to be initiating that first rollover over the first finger. You can see that it wants to bounce here. This is something that I think I showed in one of my other bread and butter combos, but I digress. So over the first finger, we're going to let go. And here, my first finger is going to be kind of holding below, scooping below this handle, and my thumb is going to be on the inside of this handle. And you'll see that I'm going to be in this position here. I'm going to be doing basically the same motion as a whip rollover, or like a wrist pass, where it's here. I'm kind of bringing it down here, letting it fall down, twisting in my fingers so that I can have it here ready for a 0G chaplain, or a 0G thumb rollover, excuse me. So here, I'm gonna toss it over the first, the thumb, and when I catch it, if I can actually catch it, oh God. When I catch it, I'm gonna be holding it with my thumb and my ring finger. You can see here that I'm clearing my two first fingers, kind of like I'm throwing out a peace sign. So from the top, first finger, kind of that little wrist pass motion into the 0G thumb throw. And then I'm going to pinch here with my ring and my middle. And this is going to be on the bite handle. And here we're going to be going into that inverse cherry picker. So doing this on the bite handle is the more dangerous, I guess. You have the risk of biting yourself with that. So let's just practice it on the safe handle first. I'll show you how to do it on the safe handle, and then when you feel comfortable with it, you can attempt it on the bite handle. So when we're looking just at the cherry picker, the inverse cherry picker, hold it from here. Ring finger and your middle finger are holding it together over here. You are on the safe handle this time because we're practicing, so blade should be pointing down. You can start with your hand over, and you're going to be going out and scooping. Out and scooping. So as you go out, you see that it wants to go over that middle finger, but you're still holding on to it with your ring finger. So you're gonna have to let that go. So as you're coming up here, letting go of that that ring finger. And here you might get stuck at this point where the blade is facing to your left if you're right-handed flipper, and naturally, if you continue this momentum, the blade wants to go outwards, away from your body, away from your body. And what you want it to do is you want to kind of loosen your fingers as it's doing this motion to get your hand in this position. So originally, your first finger is on top, on the inside of this handle, and your middle finger is on the bottom. But as you transition here, you'll notice as it's turning the other way, my middle finger's on top and my first finger is actually below, because this is kind of the position you want to end in to then initiate. Oh. Because this is the position you want to end in to initiate that rollover, that next rollover as a part of that cherry picker. So here, between these two fingers, throwing up, and it wants to go out, blade wants to go out, and I'm going to kind of like loosen my fingers, kind of like you're letting go, not throwing it exactly, but loosening your fingers, and my hand is going to be pointed out. So it's going to come out like this. So see how my hand in the beginning is facing towards me, but my hand is going to slowly transition that way, towards facing outwards. So once you're here, you can just practice this motion. This is kind of difficult, but if you get this feeling, you'll get it. So as it swings out, you want to try to catch it like this. So from here, hold it in, flick it out, and then try to let go and re-catch it so that it's down like this. So outwards, and then you're going to re-catch it. Outwards, and you're going to re-catch it. And remember, middle finger on top, first finger below. That's what's changing here. So in one motion, that's what it's going to look like. And then you continue it with the throw over the finger. So if I can get it right. Still practicing this myself. So a little less scuffed than that, but that is the general motion. So if we were going to translate that back into the combo that we were doing, because that is just the inverse cherry picker, we start on the bite handle, throwing over the first, doing that wrist pass over the third, or over the thumb, and then when we're clearing for the thumb, you're going to have it in this position, this peace sign, and that's how we're going to scoop out to the right, and then as I'm coming down, ring finger goes back down onto the handle. So I'm ready for this next trick. So I'm ready in that position that we talked about, but this time we're on the bite handle. Same thing, over and out. You want to finish in this position where my hand is facing outwards away from me. The blade is facing to the right, and the safe handle's pointed down. And then we can do that first finger. And once we're in the first finger, we're going to do the same motion where we clear for a thumb rollover or a 0G thumb rollover. Go into that, and this time we're going to, instead of pinching with the two fingers, we're going to pinch with all of them, mostly this first and second finger. And then we're going to do that wrist pass to come into our last little bit. So wrist pass, and then from here we're going to be doing one more rollover over the thumb, and then we can pinch with our ring and our first. So this is where you're looking. Throw, pinch, these two fingers. So throw, pinch, and when you're in this pinch, as it hits your finger, you can actually let go of everything and initiate that reverse middle finger chaplain. I like to stop my reverse middle finger chaplains with a first finger, which is just a timing thing. You're just going to have to learn the timing. Good luck. This, and then stop. Get that feel for it. Stop. Then we're going to throw it over the first finger. Over the first finger. And from here, we're going to do, you can see I'm already in that pen grip. Going to be doing that whip rollover. So here, pen grip, and then the whip rollover. So let's run it from the beginning on the bite handle, throwing over the first, over the thumb, clearing here, and I should be clearing here with my two fingers. So over the first, over the thumb, clearing, dropping the middle finger back on, swinging it out to the right, letting go of that ring finger so it can roll over the middle finger. And then once I'm in this position here, make sure this blade swings out away from you, and you want to get this other finger on top so that you're here, and then flipping it over that first finger. And then once you're here, another pass into another 0G thumb, pinch with your first and your middle primarily, but you can really just hold it with all of them. Scoop again for that wrist pass, throw over the thumb into that reverse chaplain, stop with the first, over into the whip. Without me talking. Let me try that again because I had to give it a little oomph. Maybe not the best knife to choose because this struggles a little bit with rollovers, but if I can do it on this, you can do it on anything, so. Maybe I can't do it on this. Oh boy, well. that's the gist of it. The most important part here is going to be the inverse cherry picker, and I think it's an important trick to learn, and that's because it's very transferable to other fingers. While you might be doing this on your first and your ring, or first and middle primarily, you can also do this on your other fingers as well. It's the same motion, and it kind of really helps step up your rollover game because it gives you the opposite motion. So sometimes when you get stuck at something, you can just kind of get yourself out by initiating that, and you can kind of get into some other things pretty easily from an inverse cherry picker. So yeah, stick with it. It took me a couple of days to get the motion down, but I genuinely do believe the two most important things that you should get a feel for are when you're here and you have it out like this, you want that blade to be going away from you. That's an important thing. And then my hand is going to be originally like this, but my hand wants to rotate over so that my palm is facing down. That's an important thing. Loosening the fingers and kind of like re-grabbing, almost like re-catching it in such a way. You can see I just did it there, where it's like this, because this is where you want to end up. That's where you want to end up. For me, it's just with this knife in particular, it's hard to get that last little oomph with it. But one more time. So there it is. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to ask them. Apologies if I've been a little all over the place today. Kind of tired. It's late at night, and I already recorded this like 3 times, so whatever. But yeah, any questions, please ask them. And if you have any tips, any recommendations for how you do this, please say so, because other people benefit from multiple perspectives on the same trick. I'm just trying to do what makes sense to me. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.